What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. During the last part, we got to see Broly's power explode, as well as the truth being revealed to him about his past. And now, that leaves us in kind of an odd situation. What's going to happen from here on out? Now with this info revealed to him, will Broly be able to control this power? And furthermore, what's going to happen with Vegeta? Well, we'll be seeing all that and more in this part. For this video, let's set a like goal of 3,000 likes. Once we hit that, I'll continue with another part to this story. Anyways, let's pick it from here. Vegeta begins admitting to Goku. It's all true, everything that Frieza was saying. He explains more of the story as well. Yes, everything was real. But he tells Goku this is no concern to him. But actually it is. Because it shows Goku what kind of character Vegeta is. And he already kind of knew Vegeta was like this, but this really shows how far he went. And it lets him learn a little bit more about Broly too, which is pretty important. So he tells Vegeta, it is actually of his concern. Broly may not be truly evil like the other Saiyans. Goku kind of suspected this. Like, yeah, Broly was a bad guy, but he always seemed weird. Like, in the time that they spent together, he seemed so different from Vegeta, and Goku wasn't really sure why. He just seemed naturally different, not just in terms of like physical strength or whatever, but just the way he acted. Not that he really had another reference though, because he didn't really know Raditz or Nappa too long. But compared to Vegeta, well, it seemed like they were more similar to him. While Broly was an oddball, the only one of the four that seemed kind of different. But Vegeta says it doesn't even matter now. With this info revealed, he can't be around here. If he sticks around, Broly's gonna immediately try to kill him. Who knows, maybe even worse will happen. Maybe he'll transform again, and then just kill everybody. So Vegeta says it's better for himself to just go. It would be stupid for him to risk his life around here. Goku tries to interject and just talk with Vegeta, but Vegeta doesn't even say anything. If those idiots want to stick around Broly, well, that's fine. He sarcastically wishes them good luck handling him. And immediately, he goes to find a Ginyu pod and just leaves. Going off wherever. Nobody knows where he went, but he just goes off. Well, this might be for the better, because Goku does agree. If Vegeta sticks around, that'll just cause issues with Broly. And also, Vegeta, they're not really too sure about him. They didn't really like him to begin with, but this kind of cements the fact that they don't like him at all, kinda. It makes them like him even less, which is weird because they didn't think that was possible. More of his true character was revealed. But also, more of Broly's character was revealed. At some point, Broly does regain consciousness, and immediately when he does, he wants to find Vegeta. He wants to know where Vegeta went. He wants to kill him. That's the only thing on his mind right now, finding Vegeta and killing him. Goku, of course, immediately tries to calm Broly down. First of all, by saying that Vegeta's gone. He left, and they don't even know where he went. Broly's mad that they let him escape, but they had no choice. He just up and left. It all happened so quickly, and they didn't let him escape. He just went off on his own. Broly has so much info to process. Besides the fact that he just transformed into a Super Saiyan, there's also all the info that he just got revealed about his life. He can't believe it. It's like his entire life's been a lie. He's been used this entire time. He always kind of got this feeling from the Saiyans that they were using him, but it never really was too severe. It was mainly because he knew he was stronger than them, and that's probably why they were kind of using him in that way, but now they realize. It's not like he had a choice. He was their weapon. He was being used as their gun. And he was manipulated to be that way. Sure, it could have gone differently. Who knows? Maybe he could have just rotted on planet Vampa. Maybe the best option isn't really an ideal one. But who knows? What if he did stay on Vampa with Paragus? Maybe his life would have been fine. Maybe it would have been better than it is now. And for certain, he would know that he probably wouldn't be used. Of course, we know that's not true because Paragus would have done the same regardless. It's a very tough situation for Broly because he only really had two options in life, and he doesn't really know what else could have gone on. And both of them were terrible. Even though one might have been better than the other, they were both awful. Being manipulated and raised as a weapon for someone else's gain. It's terrible. Even if he doesn't know what his life would have been like with Paragus, or just any other life in general, it's just the principle that his life was brought up this way. He had no say in it, really. He was constantly being taken advantage of by the other Saiyans. And Frieza, for that matter, too. And now, they're gone. Nappa and Raditz are dead, and Vegeta's gone somewhere. He doesn't know if he'll ever see Vegeta again, and he hopes he doesn't. Vegeta could be gone temporarily, or permanently. Who knows? For now, he's gonna stick with the Earthlings. He actually kinda can trust Goku. I mean, Goku is a Saiyan, and Broly's experience with Saiyan so far hasn't really been great, but he can immediately tell Goku's different. He was raised on Earth, and ever since he met him and started training with him, he could tell Goku wasn't like the others. Same for Gohan too, for that matter. Goku, Kakarot, whatever Broly wants to call him, he's the antithesis to the rest of the Saiyans whom Broly has come to hate. He will work more with Goku. Mainly because he has nowhere else to go, but also because he does have some sort of connection with him. Goku's really the only person he has a connection with now. The one with the Saiyans, well, two of them are dead, one's gone, and even if that one was here, that connection would have been severed. And the rest of the Earthlings aren't really too sure how to feel about Broly. But Goku and Gohan, they've come to know him a bit, and now getting this info revealed, just like it made them like Vegeta less, it makes them kind of warm up to Broly even more. But also there's the fact that Goku wants to help hone this power. After seeing Broly's explosive rage, he knows they have more work to do. He wants to learn more about Super Saiyan for himself, but mainly it's important to get Broly to focus on this power. Not just for the safety of himself, but for others too. He needs to learn how to properly wield this form. If he wants to stay on Earth, that's the condition. He has to train with Goku. And Broly's fine with that. He'll use this power one day to kill Vegeta too. Alright, well, Goku's not too sure how to feel about that, but hey, that's kind of warranted. Broly having that reaction, yeah, he doesn't blame him. So if Broly wants to think of that as a goal, sure. Now with life back to normal on Earth, and with Broly there now as a permanent resident, immediately they start work. Goku, Gohan, and Broly all training together. Because remember, Goku did pick up on a little bit of this rage within Gohan too, so this is kind of like killing two birds with one stone if you could train both of them at once to try and hone this power. He doesn't know if it'll be possible, especially with Broly's explosive rage, but he could at least help both of them become better fighters in general. So first they're gonna work backwards. They gotta start with that other form that Broly had. The one where he drew out the power of a great ape. The one where he just had yellow eyes and his hair spiked up a bit. Not Super Saiyan, the other one. Since that form is less powerful and Broly was somewhat conscious when using it before, maybe they could learn to control that completely. And then once Broly gets that controlled, well, they can move on to Super Saiyan. The first step is to train with Wrathful, which is what they do. This wouldn't take too long to get a full grasp on either. After some time training together, not only does Broly grow better as a fighter, but he learns to control his rage more and more, which also contributes to Wrathful. At some point, he's able to just use it at will. Think of it kind of like the Hulk. That's his secret, he's always angry. Well, maybe. More like he just learns to transform into this form at will. If Saiyans can control Great Ape pretty efficiently, he can control this efficiently. And even though he does gain a grasp on this, he's still scared to turn Super Saiyan. He knows if he does turn Super Saiyan, it might be the end of him and everyone else around him. Even if he does try to control it, it's very risky. And Goku understands this. It just means they need to work towards this goal even more. As they all train together, everyone's growing stronger and closer. Again, this isn't to imply that Broly's a good guy. The way he was raised by the Saiyans definitely did affect how he acts. He's just better than the others. The bar's not too high though. But as he works more with Goku and learns more about Earth, as well as the fact that he now hates the normal Saiyans, dead or alive, he's actually growing closer to Goku, and Gohan for that matter. A year passes. They keep this up as Broly grows stronger, gains more control, and gets more assimilated with the Earthlings. But as for Vegeta, where is he? Well, he's just out in space, going to random planets, training on them. He has a goal in mind. He wants to become a Super Saiyan. He knows he can't confront Broly until he can defeat Broly, and he needs that reassurance by going Super Saiyan. And even then, he's not sure if Super Saiyan will be enough. Who knows, maybe Broly won't have access to that. Maybe that was a freak thing that he won't be able to tap into again. Maybe Vegeta can't even access it. He's gonna figure it out though. He needs to get the upper hand on Broly somehow. For all he knows, once he sees Broly again, maybe he will trigger that transformation so all this could be worthless. But he needs to stop this problem before it gets too big. He knows how fast Broly grows. He just needs to grow faster. And he doesn't know if that's possible. But all this time, he's been constantly training. While Broly has been training and growing stronger, a lot of that has been him working on his anger and also the Wrathful form, not even Super Saiyan. But with Vegeta, he's purely focused on Super Saiyan and power. No need to control something else. Nothing else dividing his attention. Just this, rigorous training, trying to reinvent himself somehow. And after this year passes, Vegeta's finally done it. He's unlocked something. At one point, he does transform, going Super Saiyan. This desire for power. His rage at himself for not being the strongest anymore. It's all bubbling up within him, and he unlocks a form that looks just like the one that Broly was using, except he's completely in control. He's never felt so in control in his life, actually. This power, it's pure ecstasy. He's done it. He's become a Super Saiyan. Of course, he can't be too hasty, though. He spends a little bit more time training, and then decides he's going to go to Earth. He needs to confront Broly again. Now, with all this time spent alone, he has been thinking. He doesn't know if he will be able to kill Broly. But even if not, he has Super Saiyan as a contingency plan. He more so just needs to settle the score with Broly. And if that comes down to a death battle, then so be it. One day on Earth, a familiar Ginyu space pod lands nearby. Broly and Goku immediately sense this power entering Earth. It's definitely Vegeta. He's back. They knew it would happen eventually, but not now. Goku wants Broly to remain calm throughout this. Whatever happens next, he just reminds Broly, keep control. Don't let his anger overpower him. And while Broly is mad, he keeps this in mind. He's going to show off the fruits of his training to Vegeta. After all this time, Vegeta and Broly finally confront each other again. Goku tells them they don't need to fight. But he knows it's fruitless to say this. Even though death here is needless, he knows both of them want it for the other. BROLY wants to fight Vegeta. Vegeta wants to fight BROLY. The two want to prove their superiority over the other, possibly even killing the other. It's the only way to settle this. They don't know how else to settle this animosity. Much to everyone's surprise, Vegeta then turned Super Saiyan. He says he expected this outcome. He knew BROLY would want to fight regardless, and is prepared to take BROLY down if needed. He wanted to work with him further and learn more about that power together. But if this is the way it has to be, then it has to be this way. The fact that BROLY didn't immediately transform is a good sign. Although, he does transform soon after, showing off something the Vegeta that he had before, the wrathful form. Vegeta does of course recognize this. Now seeing that BROLY has full control over it, this form is weaker than Super Saiyan, but BROLY is strong regardless, so even so, especially with this control that he has now, he's going to be a very formidable foe, and Vegeta's not too sure if he can beat him, but he gets ready for the battle. The two immediately launch into a fight. And at first, it's not clear who's ahead. Vegeta's battle experience helps him here. But BROLY has a lot of experience as well. He was working with the Saiyans this whole time, and after training with Goku, he's picked up a few new things. Goku does want to get involved just to stop this, but he actually stops himself. He watches this. It could be a good test for BROLY. And he knows deep down that BROLY can win this regardless. He's not too concerned, so he just watches. Slowly but surely, the advantage that BROLY has gets very prominent. Vegeta starts losing steam, and not just that, BROLY is growing stronger throughout the battle. He tries to keep his anger under control, and instead of the anger controlling him this time, he controls the anger, which allows him to grow even stronger during battle. Quickly, the tide of the battle begins to change. Vegeta jumps back, charging a Galactic Gun. So, BROLY jumps back, charging his own attack, a Kamehameha. They launch beams at each other, with a beam struggle following. And slowly, the Kamehameha overpowers the Galactic Gun, eventually hitting Vegeta directly as he screams, "Damn it all!" But the attack doesn't kill him. BROLY purposefully made it that way. He could have made it stronger. He could have used more power. But he just stopped Vegeta. Vegeta's kind of amazed actually. Even as a Super Saiyan, it wasn't enough. He's on the ground, beaten. And BROLY walks over to him, as Vegeta de-transforms into his base. He could have killed Vegeta. He contemplated it. He seriously contemplated it. But he didn't give in. He knew if he did, then it's a sign of him losing control. If he controls his anger, then he can go Super Saiyan when needed. This is the next step to his training. And Goku's glad that BROLY recognizes this. He knew that he would have, but this just shows how much he's growing. And just seeing Vegeta on the ground defeated, it makes BROLY content. And it sends a message to Vegeta. BROLY is above him. No matter what, it'll always be that way. And he tells Vegeta too. Goku's done more for him than Vegeta ever could have, despite only knowing him for such a little time. And he tells Vegeta he should be thanking Goku. Had it not been for him, Vegeta would have been dead by now. This is the path he needs to follow. BROLY turns around not saying anything, walking away. And Vegeta slowly gets up. Goku looks over to him too. No one says a word. Vegeta silently curses under his breath, then slowly floating up in the air and flying somewhere else. He doesn't even go back to the Ginyu ship, he just flies off somewhere. Well, looks like Earth has a new visitor. So, what's gonna happen next? The score is settled between Vegeta and BROLY, at least partially. Although it's definitely not over. This is just the beginning of the end for that. But also, we'll be seeing new enemies next time too. So, this is where we'll leave off for now. What did you guys think about this part? What do you think is going to happen next time? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of this series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon to be notified about any future uploads on my channel, including more parts of the series or anything else like it. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.